Good morning and welcome to Vlogmas day 18. And no, I'm not still sitting here since I made the cushion cover last night. Karis, as you know, is singing in the choir at her teacher's wedding today, and they've been told they have to wear their school uniform. Now, Karis left school in September, so we had to dig out the school uniform last night, and then we realised that her school trousers actually needed a zip. Now, they needed a zip for probably the last couple of months of school, but she ended up wearing another pair that she didn't really like and that were very tight, and she was afraid in case she was going to burst the zip every day. So she said, "Mommy, will you put a zip into my school trousers?" So that was like at bedtime last night. So I said to her, "No, not now. I'll do it in the morning." So I'm up now. I have the dogs fed, kittens fed. I've made myself a cup of coffee. I love this little cup. It's so cute. Perfect for sewing room. And I actually have a little dish to match. So I usually put my pins in here, but since the kittens have started coming upstairs, they see a dish as food, so I've had to take the pins out. But anyway, I've gone off on a tangent already. So I've come up here after feeding the cats and all, yes, all my menagerie, and I've just put the zip in. So yeah, thank God for sewing machines. If we didn't have a sewing machine, I wasn't able to sew. She would have had to go there today with probably a couple of safety pins. So it's going to be really, really strange looking at her today in her school uniform. It's a good thing we didn't throw it out, but Karis is very sentimental over things, and she kept her school jumper. Goodness knows why. And I still had these trousers in the sewing room here to put the zip into. So that was a bit of luck. Yeah, so it's still very dark. And I am going to go now and have a shower because Karis wants a wake-up call, and that wake-up call includes a cup of tea. So I will get my, we'll get my shower, and then I will wake her up. So nothing me made today. A jumper with a few little sparkly bits on it, of which 2 are missing. So I don't know what's after happening there. Just a jumper from TK Maxx that I uncovered in my wardrobe when I was looking for something else. So I feel a bit festive and kind of sparkly today. I've just made my other piped cushion, and I've made another 2 cushions, and I just thought you might like to see them. So thanks for all the love on yesterday's Lola. I don't want to miss any day of Vlogmas, so I thought, oh, that's actually perfect. So I'm glad that you've all enjoyed it, and I know a lot of people have said that they have felt intimidated by piping, but it's really easy, isn't it? Really easy. Just take out your zipper foot and off you go. So I've really fallen in love with this plaid fabric, this tartan fabric. It's just so nice. And I'm half tempted to make a dress in it because it's just so nice. But I do remember as a child having a kilt in this exact fabric. So it really brings me back. I feel very nostalgic about this. So as well as having square cushions, because I do love cushions, I have some rectangular cushions, and I didn't want to pipe these as well. Anyway, so I've made these cushions with what you'd call a little flange on them, and I've put some red rickrack on them, and I think they look really nice. So I thought you might like to see those. They're very simple. I've put the zip on the back as well, and that's what I did was I measured the rectangular cushion. It was 17 by 13, and I cut my front out then 18 by 14. So there was a little amount then kind of all around. There was a ½ inch all around, and I basically just sewed the rickrack in a ½ inch from the edge, and that created this little flange. So I think that looks really nice. So just something different. So if you don't fancy doing piping, but you want to add a little bit of interest all around the cushions, there you go. So I had my shower this morning, and it wasn't the most enjoyable shower because the water was cold. So I went into my boiler house and I investigated. I mean, I don't know why I went in because I don't know what I'm looking for anyway, but my boiler heats the house. The heating is working, but it's not heating the hot water, so I don't know what's going on. So I turned off the timer, which, you know, tells the heater or the boiler when to come on to heat the hot water. Turn that off, and I've turned my immersion heater on. Now, it's so long since I turned the immersion heater on that I actually can't remember whether it works or not. But anyway, the light came on when I pressed the button. So we'll see if we have hot water later. I mean, oh yeah, so at least we have heat. So we'll see later on if there's a reason to call the plumber. We'll see. There's definitely a reason to call the plumber, but at the moment, I'm sure he's up the walls, and if my immersion heats the water for now, that's okay. So we'll see later. So I will update you later. I have some washing on, and yeah, there was lots of other things I wanted to do, but I really fancy making these cushions. So they're done now. I'm going to clean up my sewing room because it's an absolute tip, because I do make such a mess when I'm doing anything. I want to empty all the bins and all that kind of thing and separate everything. And then I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning, and I've still got more decorating to do. I've still got loads of decorations downstairs that I haven't actually put out yet. And I'm going to bring you down to see Lola now. So I mentioned a few days ago that poor Lola has a sore paw. Isn't that right, Lola? Yeah. So I brought her to the vet's yesterday, and the vet gave her a good old thorough looking over. She took a little sample of what's going on with the paw, didn't she? And you were so good, you were, because she wanted to make sure that it was nothing more than what she thought it was. So she's had a sample taken, she's given us a wash, and she's given us some steroid cream. So we've washed the paw, we've put on our steroid cream today, and she has to wear this cone. And you can see she isn't embarrassed at all. Can't blame her. It's very awkward. She keeps having little crashes with it. But yeah, the vet said that basically if she licks the paw with the steroid cream, it's not going to make her very well at all. So I can take the cone off if I can supervise her and make sure she doesn't lick it. But yeah, we keep licking the paw, don't we? Because that's what we instinctively do. Yeah. So Lola is 12. And every time I bring her to the vet, they give her a good old once over. So they're really good. They look at her teeth and they look at her ears, and then they check her heart. And for the last couple of times, they've just said, yeah, she's pretty good. She probably needs some dental work and all this kind of thing. But you know, nothing major all over the face. Not happy. So yesterday, anyway, they checked her heart, and the vet told me that she has a heart murmur. So this has always been, I know, Lola. This has always been my fear. Every time they check her heart, that they're going to tell me she has the heart murmur, because it is a thing with Cavaliers. But we had a Cavalier with a heart murmur before, and she had a persistent cough. So I didn't think that there was anything wrong with Lola because she hasn't had the cough. But the vet did say that they can have the heart murmur and not have a cough. So do you want to sit down over here, Lola? That's it. Sit down there. She's finding it very hard to get comfortable, aren't you, with the cone? I know. Oh, bless her. I feel so sorry for her. Yeah, so put your head down. Okay, you're not missing anything. Not missing anything. There's no biscuits. No. So yeah, she said that on the level of heart murmurs, she's kind of in the middle between not so bad and really bad. So she gave me a prescription for some tablets for her. And she has to take a half tablet, morning and evening. Isn't that right, Lola? And it's very easy to give Lola tablets or anything in her mouth, because she'll just eat anything that goes in. So that's really handy. As opposed to giving Scrappy something, he just straight away spits it out because he knows it's a tablet. But you took yours, didn't you? Like a big girl. Yes. So that was a real knock yesterday. Poor old Lola. I know, Lola. And they said that they can't make a heart murmur any better. They can just keep it under control. So she had 3 injections yesterday. Sorry about the noise of like plane taking off. That's the washing machine going through the cycle. 3 injections yesterday, and she was really good. She didn't pass any remarks on them. And one of them was a diuretic, because the vet said that she had some fluid built up in her lungs, and that was pressing on her heart, which is the normal for the Cavaliers. So yeah, bit of a shock to the system yesterday, my poor old Lola. And then I told the vet how she's having trouble now jumping up on the couch or jumping up on the bed, and we have to lift her. And she checked her back legs and she checked her spine, and she said she has a little neurological thing going on now as well. So like her reflexes on her back legs weren't as good as the vet had hoped they would be. So yeah, it's old age, Lola, isn't it? I know, you think you're a puppy. And you bring this dog for a walk and she just has so much energy and everything. So yeah, I know. It's just the Cohen. She hates the Cohen. I know. We'll get a dog biscuit now and that'll make it better, won't it? They did weigh her yesterday and she's 11.3 kilos. So yeah, it's all fluid, Lola, isn't it? Yeah, fluid. Bless. So Angel has squeezed herself into the teeny tiny dog bed because her dog bed is in the wash. I know, Scrap, you did a great job modelling cushions. And here's Lola, still loving her. Oh. So here's my cushions. Here's the rectangular ones with the ric-rac. I managed to wash, dry and put down those red blankets today. Very Christmassy. All right, Lola? Yeah. And then here's the other guys. Lola has been sleeping up against this one. And then there we go. And our tree. So we're all looking very festive, aren't we, Scrappy? What do you think? Are you gonna hop up? Okay, Lola's very vocal today. Scrappy, she didn't tell you can't jump up on the couch. I think you kind of took that like, were you giving out, Scrappy? Were you giving out? Okay, so a little update on the heating. You jumping up, Lola? Oh, good girl. Little update on the hot water situation. So here's my tip. If you don't have any hot water, is you go into the boiler house, you go to your cylinder, you twiddled with all the dials. If any lever can go back and forth, just push it back and forth a couple of times. Twist the thermostat temperature thingy, but put it back to where it started. And then ring the plumber that never answers the phone, but answers today, and tell him that you have a problem with the heating, that you've twiddled with this, twiddled with that, that you've looked at this, looked at that, this has a dial, that doesn't have a dial. And yeah, graciously accept his offer to call and have a look at it. Then go back in and start your cleaning, and then after a while just run the tap and check to see if you've hot water. Hey presto, hot water. That's what happened today. So I had to ring the plumber back and say, the emergency is off. Don't worry, you've enough to be doing. We do have hot water. This has happened twice before where I've actually called the plumber. He's come out, he's charged call-out fee, which, yeah, naturally enough he has to charge the call-out fee. And he's looked at everything and he said there's nothing wrong with it. And then after a while we have hot water. Yeah, so we have hot water. Keris is having a shower. She's not having the interesting cold shower I had this morning. I remember this happened to my mother years ago with the washing machine. So there was a problem with some part of the cycle of the washing machine and it always did something, always. So she arranged for the, oh, I keep putting my hand behind the camera's at the front. Oh, of course it is. She arranged for the mechanic to come out. I'll never forget it. She had to sit through a whole cycle with the mechanic and make small talk, and the washing machine ran perfectly. So probably a 2-hour cycle, and she felt she needed to chat to him the whole entire time. And of course, as soon as he was gone, it started to make trouble again. I should never forget that. I remember she cursed a lot after it. So yeah, that was my day. I did a lot of cleaning today. I unplugged from the internet. Keris was gone all day, so about 4 o'clock I plugged back in just to check in case she had sent me any sort of message or anything. And I got loads done. I would definitely recommend having an unplugged day. It really works. When there's no distractions, it's amazing how much you can get done. So I got loads of cleaning, loads of tidying. I have bags for the charity shop. I have boxes of craft books, like so many. I have 2 boxes. I had to separate them because I couldn't lift one box. Yeah, Lola, I know. Yeah, I have like interior books, hat making, crochet, knitting, quilting. I never was into quilting or patchworking, but I had 3 or 4 books. Bag making. I haven't looked at them in definitely 20 odd years, so there's no point. Oh, and there was a couple of cookbooks as well. I got into buying cookbooks as well. Now, I really got into crafting, and I did use those books, but I never really got into cooking. So yeah, I have a load of books. So they're all going to the charity shop next week. So if anybody's into like crafting or cooking around this area, they're going to think, yeah, hey ho. They will have stumbled on gold in the charity shop during the week when I bring all my books in. Loads of clothes as well, and loads of knick-knack things from around the house. And oh my god, I found like a DVD. No, it wasn't even a DVD. It was it was a video, like a video cassette of a Cindy Crawford workout video. Yeah, that actually, I had to put that in the bin because I wouldn't think anybody even has a video player. Now, I remember at the time it was a really good workout. I really enjoyed doing it. I can remember doing it. But yeah, I found that. I mean, that's hoarding, isn't it? Having a Cindy Crawford video. I mean, is it worth anything, do you think? Maybe I should bring it to, like, you know, antiques. It's definitely over 20 years old. Yeah, that's gone in the wheelie bin. There's a lot of stuff in the bin, loads of magazines and things. We can't put them into recycling, so they've gone in the bin. It's a bit of a shame. Tidied my sewing room. I actually added an extra like screw in the wall for a picture that I keep meaning to do. I have fixed one of my extension leads in my sewing room to the skirting board so I don't keep tripping over it. Do you know all these things that are just there and you keep thinking, oh, I have to do that. So I did that. Yeah, tons done. So it definitely smells less of dog, more of polish. I've put up some more decorations. Like, I'm absolutely banjaxed now. I'm really tired because I did so much. And then I'm not a really good cleaner or tidier because I get to the top of the stairs and I go, oh, I forgot the bin bag. Oh, I forgot the hoover. Oh, I forgot to bring the hoover down. I've done so many trips up and down that stairs today. But yeah, very productive, really productive. So I am going to go now and make a cup of coffee and cuddle with the kittens because I haven't seen them for a while. In fact, I might actually go up and do a little bit of sewing. Maybe. And I'll bring the kittens with me because they just love to like hop and jump around that room. Actually, I might bring them up to the sewing room and just edit this video. That'd be an idea. Yeah, quality time with the kitty cats. So I'm going to sign off now and I will see you all tomorrow. So I don't do a Vlogmas on Sundays because we have our Sunday live. And actually, yeah, so we've Sunday live tomorrow evening at 7, as always, on YouTube. I will schedule it later. And then tomorrow is our last one. Yeah, our last one of the year, and it's where we're going to do our little quiz. So we did it last year, it was great fun. And we're going to do 5 questions this time, and they're all going to be questions on Vlogmas. I've thought of 3. I think we've thought of 3, but we haven't thought of another 2. So yeah, tune in to our live tomorrow evening at 7 and see can you answer some of the questions and win a prize. So we have some really good prizes. See you tomorrow. Bye.